Hey guys, how's it going? Today we're going to be taking a look at one of the best bases I have ever built. It has a total of 8 bunkers, it has got meta peaks, comes to a total of 130 plus rockets. It is on the expensive side to build, but it is well worth the extra expense. This is a base suitable for a duo, trio or a quad. Probably not a solo unless you're on absolutely every single day, but you never know, man, never know. Alright, so we'll start off with a base tour. First things first, we've got our disconnectable PCs. I say disconnectable, even though they're patched, you might just have to put a molly in there. There we go, there's the upkeep on one of our externals, there's 4 of those, and we've also got box storage in here. All of these are bunkered as well. I know a lot of people get really worried about people being able to shoot out your doors through these little gaps, but I assure you, there is no gaps whatsoever. So we'll start off by taking a look at our compound. We'll go through one of our 2 gatehouses that also double as respawns with loot storage. And we've also got the meta Patrico peaks that go into compound and out. There we go, we've got our chain link. I really like the chain link, it helps separate everything up. We've got room for a total of 8 furnaces. We can put our mixing tables in the compound. We've got 6 turrets in compound. No matter where you are being held by a turret, whether it's over there, over here, or over there. And we have also got our lovely peaks that lead out of compound. I am using pay to win skins here. You do not need to use these. You can always use the vertical embrasures. I prefer the pay to win though. Then we've got one of our 4 respawns here with Patrico pits leading into compound. And we do also have a turret pod that is protected by a chain link that protects our respawns and also holds down the front door. So if we come around here, we've got one of our 4 internal bunkers. These contain additional loot storage and they can hold your large battery, and they can contain a refinery too, like so. So just like some of my previous builds, the entrance is located just over here through one of these bunkers. We've got a repair bench here, additional Dropbox storage, and we'll come in here and I'll show you our cozy open core. Like so. We've also got turrets holding us on either side, and we can also use these peaks to defend. We've got a very simple core just down here, enough room for a couple of bags, a couple of boxes, a couple of furnaces, and our main TC. So it is a little bit on the expensive side, so you probably will need a larger group for the space. And we'll just come up here now. So this is some additional bedroom respawns. Got a locker right here, and when we exit, we've also got, voila, unlootable lockers, and here are our peaks into our open core. Just open up the shooting floor and I'll give you guys a look. Alright, so we've got our lovely ramp peaks that go into our compound. Give us some nice angles there. The front here, we've also got our horizontal embrasure. And just over here, we've got another couple of peaks that lead up, far, and back into our compound. All meta, these are all head glitchy as fuck, they're very difficult to kill. And then we've got these peaks here, nice and head glitchy. And we've also got the pay to win peaks again. Although, again, you can just use vertical embrasures, you don't need to have the pay to win skins. And here we go. And then we come up here, we've got our Patrico peaks here. And if we look behind us, we've also got our roof retakes. Another cool quirk of this base is the fact that you can actually get straight to compound from the shooting floor and get straight back just by doing that fast. Alright, now we'll take a look at our roof, which also contains a couple more roof retakes on either side. And if we come up here, we've got some more pay to win peaks. Again, vertical embrasures are just fine. And there we go, some additional peaks here, pay to win, come up here. And this pretty much replicates the shooting floor. It's got these little guys, and we've got these. We do also have our vending machines up here as well. And we've got our lovely peaks like this. And the other great thing is these turret pods. No matter where you are on the roof, you'll be held by one of these. The best part is, someone flying by in a Mini cannot see those whatsoever. If they decide to land up here, they can't see them. And if they decide to land right here, they will get smoked by one of them. There is no taking these out unless you're down here on the shooting floor, on the roof. So it is all very much meta though, meta peaks. Very, very difficult to spot people in the shooting floor. But all in all, it is a very simple base, but very effective. So all of our externals, these come to around 56 rockets in total to get all of them. So all the loot and the TC itself. And then 11 rockets total for all the internal bunkers, so another 44. So 56 plus 44, 100 rockets. So even when the base isn't fully built, it is still 100 rockets to get all of the main loot. Offline protection, yeah, it's pretty good, 100 plus rockets, and online protection's fantastic because of the shooting floor. Yeah, I'll show you guys how to build it now. Alright, let's get started. We'll be doing the starter base. Super simple. Couple of triangles and a square. It's right here. This will be where our PC sits. Put that in there. And just over here, that'll be our jump up. Just like that. So prior to building this starter, you will need G-Door researched. And you'll likely need to have like a proper starter base prior to this because there isn't much box storage in core. Once you get the open core sorted, then you're sweet on box storage. Alright, and now for work on the second floor. This is one of the larger parts of the build, aside from the compound. So we want to build 2 squares out, like so. Like that. Place a shelf there. Now we can get rid of that. Same deal on this side. Place a shelf on there. And there we go. I can place a triangle there. So that just gives us more options with loot storage there. And now we hit it with one of these. Hit it like that. Just like that. And that. So this right here, this cubby is for our unlootable locker. So we do want to place one in before we seal that off. And make sure to lock the locker. So that's set up like so. Place that there. That right there will be our turret pod, and you'll essentially just repeat the same process on the other side. Obviously, you do want to seal all this off. Once you place that there, you can bang, just like so, and then you hit it with one of these, just like that, and yeah. Alright, so once you're at this stage, you can place a couple of doors here and there. And there we go. Okay, so it is still a relatively cheap raid at this stage. So we do want to continue and expand to the bunkers and compound straight after this. Alright, so now we're going to build our bunkers and our compound, and just bear in mind I do have symmetry on, so you just have to repeat it 4 times over. So if I place a triangle here, do the same thing over here, and same deal here and here. Alright, we're going to place a triangle there, place a triangle here, I'm going to place another triangle here, and then a square, just like so, and a triangle here. That's all to begin with there. Alright, I'm going to place this here, put a little shelf in here, and on this side here, and this will be the only side that we do this, we'll be placing a jump up right here. The rest of them, on the other hand, you actually want to have shelves. They act as the additional storage. But on this side, Probably want to put a furnace. Find that to be the easiest jump up to do. There you go. Alright, and so on these sides here is a honeycomb, like so. And this will be set up like so. And you do actually want to put a shelf in here. Not on this side, definitely not on this side. So for this side, this will be our entrance, so we do not need a shelf here. And bang, bang, bang. Okay, so that is the entrance side sorted. And now from here, everything should be completely identical. Wait, so we want to do that. Make sure that this is facing this way. These will be our bedrooms. But if they get into the bedroom, they can soft side through this, and we don't want them getting in our bunker that way. Good, so keep going. Got our... And we put our window right here. Put a frame there. Just like so. And there we go. So our bedrooms are sorted, and now we're going to work on the bunkers and externals. So first things first, we want to place a square there, and we want to build out a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 squares. Cap that off with a triangle. Remove all of our build out, including the square in there. And we want to build straight back with triangles. And then on the last triangle there, place a square. Same deal on all sides. And here we go. I'm going to place a wall just like so. And then you want to do that. So that stops that little gap at the top there from being existent. And now we want to place a door frame in here. Give it a rotate. There we go. And that completely seals that off as well, so that no one can see in there. Alright, and straight off this, we want to get down our compound and our externals. Oh yeah, do remember to close these off as well. Not this though, we want to put a ladder hatch there later. Alright, and now to do our externals. So first things first, we want to place some honeycomb here. A triangle there, and we want to build out a square, a triangle, a square. Over here. Like so. Then you want to be placing a couple of frames in these little positions here. Get rid of these middle ones. Right here, this will be our gatehouse. So it needs to be a raised foundation and lowered triangle foundations on either side. Put that there. And put a half wall and a low wall. Door frame, door frame. And you want to put a couple of triangle floors. And we will put our windows there. And there we go. Right, so that is our doorway, or our entrance to our compound. Alright, now that we've done that on both sides, we're going to completely finish these bunkers. First things first, we want to put down our compound peaks, like so. Bang, bang. I want to make sure that we've got a couple of half walls in there with a triangle. Place that like so, and then we'll want to place that just like so, and we can just get rid of this. There we go, and we'll repeat the process on all sides. Alright, and now we're going to add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 triangles just like so, and oops, shit, and we're going to add a square just like that, half wall, window, window, and then a roof like that. Seal it off with a wall, and then we want to place that. We'll be getting rid of this, and this. This make sure that it is attached to the TC when we place it. Alright, so now we'll work on the external TC. So that is going to be built out 1, 2, 3, 4 squares, and then we're going to do triangles just like this. Get rid of that middle one right there. Place a wall. We go half walls, 1, 2. Wall, wall, and wall. We fill this in with triangles. We'll just come out to the other side here. 1, 2, and then 1, 2. 2, like that. Alright, and now we can place our TC in here, and we'll place a little shelf just in here for our loot that we don't want anyone else to get. And make sure when we place these that we are rotating them. If you do not rotate them, you'll get gaps in your bunker. Just like that, and that avoids all gaps. And it stays the same when you upgrade it to metal as well. See, that protrudes as opposed to sticking back. Wait. Now we're going to build out. There's a triangle there, and build out in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Cap that off. Get rid of all of our build up, including the triangle back there. Build back in triangles. Just like so. I want to get rid of all of that. And we just want to leave these two right here. Place a wall there. You want to open your bunker. And you want to place a triangle just in here. Triangle frame. It's quite annoying placement to get, but once you get it, this is perfectly sealed off, just like that. No gaps in the slightest. And pretty much as soon as possible, you want to completely metal this whole thing. That'll add the additional rockets to your raid cost. Like so. And now what we want to do is add this roof here. So what that does is that actually attaches it to the TC here. So we want to armor this, and this, because it stops people from being able to soft side that, and get into it and make this all decay. And there you go, that's been added to the TC cost. Nice. So now we will place down our compound walls. So these are nice and easy. Place them like so. Made it so that they pretty much just slot in place. They're very hard to mess up. Yeah. And it is the same deal all the way around. All 8 walls. Alright. So now at this stage of the build, you would actually want to upgrade all of this stuff here. That is also... make sure that is metal, and that gives us a gap there. So yeah, pretty much upgrade all this to metal. And you want to upgrade all of our TCs to metal as well. And then at this stage, you'll actually be worth around 100 rockets on the dot, actually. Yeah, so all this needs to be metal, just like that. Alright, now we're going to finish off some honeycomb on the outside here. So same deal all the way around. Bang, just like that. So we'll add that honeycomb there, and then we're going to add this honeycomb, just like so, like that. And now that provides us with 2 walls to the second floor, and 1, 2, and 3, 4. Alright, now we'll continue to work on the inside of the base. We'll start to add all of our shooting floor and such. So this side, this is our entrance side here, and just going to make sure that there's door frames all throughout. Go. Obviously you want to add your deployables and such in here. And one thing with this G door right here is just make sure that that is facing in that way, not that way, because when we place our ladder hatch just over here, and you want this facing back as well, because that acts as a airlock. When we have that placed there, we want this to actually be usable. So if it's rotated, you actually physically cannot get up there. Alright, and now we want to do the same thing on these. Don't want them facing in, facing that way. Same deal all the way around. And when possible, you want to upgrade these to metal. This makes them a bit better in regards to their peak ability. So now we shall work on the roof. So we're going to start by placing our windows just like so. And on this side here, we want 2 walls. This will act as our little storage space for our locker. You actually need to place that locker in advance too. Go, yeah. And there you go. Like that. Couple of frames, just like so. Triangle and square. Now we're going to turn our symmetry back on for this because it is all repeated all the way around. Nothing from henceforth is not symmetrical. Right, so we'll start off by doing this. Place these down like so. Half wall, and then triangle, and then we want to, sorry, and then a triangle in the middle here. And we actually want to put a couple of frames on there. Window, window. And actually on these sides, we want these to be half wall. At this stage, you want to keep this twig, just for now. Alright, now we'll place these, just like so. And now we're going to build up off these, 1, 2, and then build these sides as well. We're going to place a couple of frames. And what we're going to do is we're going to place our window just like that. Regular wall. On top here, place our triangle, and that will be for our box storage peaks. So super simple. It's actually easier if you place all these half walls first, like that, and bang and bang, and you can pretty much just seal that off now, like that. And then you want to place a raised ramp and a lowered ramp, and we can come under here now and just get rid of that. And again, we really want to upgrade that to metal as soon as possible. Coming off our scaffolding here, we'll be placing a window on this side, and on this side it'll just be a wall, just like that. I'm going to place roof and completely seal that off, like so. Alright, so now we're going to place these like so. Place one of these like that. Place a little wall like this. Another half wall, and we're going to place that like so. Place this facing this way, and this just like so. Now we're going to get rid of this, and it is time to place a quarter wall. You may need to come to the opposite side to place that. There we go. So we've got that peak there sorted, and we've got this peak here sorted. All obviously need embrasures and such. Alright, cool. Now we're going to place this here. It won't actually be the same on the opposite side there. So this will be just the floor. I'm going to place bang, bang, and I'm going to place these just like so. And we'll place our ladder hatch just in here. We want that facing inwards, just like so. That when we are ready and we've placed down our large furnaces, I'll just show you. Place down our large furnaces just like so, and we want these slightly raised. Find it easier to come back sort of and place them like that. You can fit 2 in there by doing that. Same deal on this side. Yeah. And then these become our jump ups to the roof. Just like so. Alright, and to keep going, we're going to place a couple of half walls just like so. And obviously a couple of half walls just like that. And we just want to seal that off just like so. And place a doorway just like that. And then we're on this side, we're going to be placing a couple of roofs just like that. Want to seal everything off. Nice and easy. Just like that, and triangles in over here, and half. And obviously a doorway there, and at this stage you want to place down these as well, and obviously when possible upgrade these both to middle. Alright, so this will be our entrance. Also acts as an additional roof retake. Same deal on this side. Just like that. And now to work on the roof. We're going to place a half wall just like that. And we'll place window, 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 and then a roof. Just like so. And it'll be the same deal all the way around. So I do have symmetry on just because everything here is repeated all the way around. It'll look completely identical. Alright, so now we're going to place 1, 2 triangle roofs, like so. And then we're going to come up to just over here, and we're going to build out 1. These are a bit annoying, so we're going to place 1, just like so. and then we're going to place 2 and 3. So just for now, we want to make sure this one is twig and this one. And place another half wall here, making sure that that is obviously stone, and we're going to place another one right there, couple of roofs like so. And actually you do want to place the roofs before you place down the entranceway. Just like that. And now we're going to place down that. Place down half wall, and then a roof on that. Now we can get rid of this. And we'll place down that. There we go. Like that. So essentially rinsing and repeating what we've got down here. Alright, so now we're going to place a squares on there. And at this stage, you're ready to make your turret pods. So just over here, this will actually be a doorway, as this will be where your shop front sits. And 1, 2, just like that. And place one of these above us. 1, 2, bang. That, like that. Place this above, and triangle. The one at the front, we want this to be a low wall, as this helps the turrets hold each other when someone's standing on it. And then you're able to place down your wind turbines just like that. We'll turn off our symmetry real quick. And get rid of this one and this one. And for our SAM sites, we're going to build up 1, 2, 1, 2, and place down a square. Alright, just like that. And so the reason we build up 2 for our SAM sites is so that they're sitting above our wind turbines, so that they don't have the ability to harm the wind turbines. And again, same just over here. Okay. And one thing I did forget is that obviously you do want to add the barricades just down there. So you're just going to roof all of these off like that. And, oh, really simple placement. So for these, it's just like that. Come over here. These are just like so, and just like so. Obviously just want to get rid of that build out there. And just come over here, and it is a triangle, triangle, triangle. Place it wherever it fits. Go, bang, and bang. And yeah, just same deal all the way around. But now you obviously want to put in all your doors, your embrasures and such. If you do have the Brutalist skin, definitely use it and use the horizontal embrasures. But if you don't, you're welcome to use just vertical. They work just as well. Alright, and yeah, most of these are horizontal, unless you've got Brutal, a Brutalist skin, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, at this point of the build, you pretty much just want to fill everything in with embrasures. I am actually going to give you guys the rusticated code for this base, so that you guys can actually check it out yourselves, and you know, go through, look at embrasures, see what I've done in regards to box placement and such. But yeah, you guys are welcome to check that base out. You know, make it your own, fucking move everything around, build off it and stuff, do whatever you wish. And yeah, I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. If you did not, you know, you're welcome to leave a dislike. If you did, I'd love to see a like. And yeah, subscribe if you want, don't subscribe if you don't want to. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good rest of your night. Goodbye.